Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Gourmet Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA pregame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. You can email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Joined alongside Tim in Green Bay. We got Jacob in Wisconsin up on the Minnesota border. And ready to talk some Packers Saints as we're, about an hour and 15 minutes away from kickoff, man. It got here quick today, fellas. I'm excited about it. Let's see here. Let's give a quick shout out to Brambo in the chat. Been a member for 1 month. Says go Pack go. Appreciate you, Brambo. Welcome to the party, bub. And we got that autograph card sent out to you actually today, so you should be getting that in the mail here real soon. Obviously, courtesy of United Baits. Let's get this party started right and give a quick shout out to the good folks over at Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. Wisconsin-based since '92, specializing in Packers tickets. They are Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau and in Milwaukee. Click on the link in the video description that'll send you to their website, theticketking.com. Also, check them out on all social media platforms. Again, that's Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. All right, boys, how we feeling here as we're approaching 1 hour before kickoff. I'll get the pregame on in the background here. Looks like the snow has moved out of town, so it shouldn't be a factor at all, but it does look pretty chilly out there, Tim. You're boots on the ground in the city of Green Bay. How we feeling tonight, man?
Yeah, I got excited for a minute. We had a little bit of snow coming down, I actually went out with the broom and dusted the driveway a little bit, thought we might get a snow game today, but no, it's actually really nice right now. A little chill in the air for sure, but the snow and accumulation should not be an issue tonight at all.
Yeah, agreed. Jacob, how we feeling about this game, man, going in?
I feel oddly confident, which I don't know if that's good or not. One of my good buddies, Tony, who used to do the podcast with the fantasy, he has a chance. If Josh Jacobs today scores 21 points, he's going to advance into the Millie Makers final round or semifinal round. But either way, just for getting there, he gets thousands of dollars. If he places first, 100,000 before he goes to the next round. So come on, Josh Jacobs, please.
Ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem.
Well, watch them go up by 2 scores and they pull Josh Jacobs in the second quarter.
We've talked about it all day. That's our biggest fear. So
hey, but you never know, man. Never know. It might be a tight one. Might be a close game, and they need to lean into that run a little bit to get a dub here and lock up a playoff spot. Obviously, that's what's on the line tonight. If the Packers win, they're in. That will secure a playoff spot. Now we're just trying to hold on to that 6th seed and potentially climb up into the 5th seed, which we will be playing the Minnesota Vikings next week and possibly jump up there. So let's see. Ron Sample in the chat says Packers missing as many starters on defense as the Saints are missing on offense. That's a great point, Ron. We've actually got the actives and inactives we'll hit on here in just a second. You know what? Let's just lead off with that since we've got that information, and then we'll come back to some other news that came down the pike earlier today. I think it was Tom Silverstein that actually put the tweet out that I seen. We'll go
Spoon man.
Spoon bringing the important information, says the Packers will be without Jaire Alexander and safety Evan Williams versus the Saints.
Shocking.
Total inactive list is linebacker Quay Walker, no surprise. Wide receiver Malik Heath. Safety Javon Bullard, no surprise. Jaire Alexander was the 50-50, right? We were hoping he'd be out there, but again, if he's not completely careful or healthy, then you want to be careful there. Safety Evan Williams is inactive, and offensive lineman Jacob Monk is inactive. So when you look at this, guys, really what it breaks down to is you're going to have Keyshawn Nixon in the slot. You're going to have Carrington Valentine and Eric Stokes on the outside, and probably Corey Ballantyne. He was on the injury report. He is probably active, I would imagine. So he'll be kind of that guy coming in relief on the outside if somebody breaks a shoelace or something like that at corner. You will have at the safety position Mr. Zane Anderson again, right, Tim? We talked about that last week. He filled in pretty well, I thought. So we'll see how he plays.
Certainly looks real to me, right? He is a real player, and he's going to play a role tonight for sure.
Yeah, and it goes on to say the Saints are without quarterback Derek Carr, wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and running back what's his name?
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, can't believe I forgot his name. Alvin Kamara. So There was somebody else too, a wide receiver. Are they not without
Chris Olave?
Olave, right?
Yeah, and Bub Means I thought was out as well.
Let's see here. I thought they listed him as out. Chris Olave is out. Yeah, so he just missed a few there. That's all right.
So is Bub Means there as well.
Yeah. Bub Means, you guys know Bub. He used to be the trash man back home in Kentucky where I grew up. So I always cracked up at that name. That's what it feels like.
Hey, so all this points to player of the game on the defense, Eric Stokes Jr. Let's go. He's going to ball out tonight, guys. I'm telling you, calling it right now. Hate him if you want to. This is a perfect game for Stokes to step up and be the star. So let's go.
There you go. Fred McFarley in the chat too says Omar Brown elevated from the practice squad. You guys know these cats here did several mock drafts in the offseason and landed Omar Brown. Many people were high on him, so he's going to get his shot tonight.
That's our Nebraska guy, wasn't it, Tim?
Yep, that's our Nebraska Cornhusker right there.
Yeah, boy.
Let's
Probably
go.
We'll see him on special teams a lot tonight, don't you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, Tim, I couldn't help but notice when you said that Zane Anderson, is that a conspiracy that I didn't know about? Is Zane Anderson's real?
Yeah, we thought for the longest that he was a figment of our imagination and just a name on the roster, but he is in fact real.
Okay, good. I mean, all jokes aside, he actually did outperform what I thought he was even capable of. When I saw a few of those, I think he had a very like athletic stuff on like a short yardage, maybe like a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1 or something. And I was like, dang, Zane Anderson. Okay. And yeah, man, I'm excited. Tool for this says Zane Anderson and Toyotathon are both real, confirmed today.
Oh, perfect. Look at it, boys. Look at that.
Look at that, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here's the guy.
The news came down the pipe. This is legit, right, guys? This is real. Am I thinking this is real?
Yep.
I mean, it's from Jordan Love's official Instagram, right? So it's got to be real.
It was just a sloppy Photoshop that I'm like, this kind of looks like somebody stitched this together. You know what I mean?
Maybe, but he posted it, so it's got to be legit, right?
Right. So Matt Schneidman tweeted out, ladies and gentlemen, they got him. And Jordan Love had put on his Instagram, Jordan Love, Toyotathon is on, cheeseheads. Hashtag Toyota partner, hashtag Carspiracy theory. So,
5 tutters, 350 yards, no picks. Let's go.
Look it. Eric Stokes is going to score a couple touchdowns on offense too. They're going to put him in a tailback. So there you go. We got all the predictions flowing. This is awesome, man. This is a perfect example of the fan base being loud about something, and it kind of bleeding over into Jordan's, obviously his sponsorship there. I just think this is absolutely awesome, man. I remember the first time that I went to Lambeau, Brett Favre was all over Bergstrom. Right? Is Bergstrom still a place up there?
It's funny because Jordan Love is their endorser right now also. So, yeah, shout out to Bergstrom.
Create that bidding war, Jordan. Do your thing, man. You know what I mean? That's the way it works. Jacob knows how to do that in the club. He walks up in the club, gets a couple ladies staring at him, right, and get them competing against each other. That's how it works, right?
It's called the art of the deal, baby.
I've read that book too, as a matter of fact. Let's move it along here. TC fan says J-Lo 0-2 on Monday night. Me no likey that, Jan. Is that true, fellas? I didn't even think about that.
I think that is, unfortunately.
Let's put that to bed. Wait, hold on a minute.
Be 1-2 tonight, so it's all good.
That's right. I was going to say I was at Monday Night Football last year. It was the year before, and that was with Aaron. So there you go. Yeah, let's go 1-2, baby. Let's turn that ship around. Respect Oranges. Oh, poopy, it's Beard. I can cancel my OnlyFans.
Don't, please. I still need that money. Respect Oranges. All right, don't cancel. I'll do whatever you want, man.
Mike Berry in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. He says, Tim, Jacob, and Clayton, happy holidays to you and all the possible. Amen, Mike. Amen. Hope everybody has a awesome holiday season here. If you celebrate Christmas, great. If you celebrate Hanukkah, great. Whatever you celebrate, hopefully you have a great time with friends and family, and everybody stay safe out there. And it's going to be an awesome year coming up. No doubt about it, man.
For sure.
No doubt about that. Prince in the chat says Glover over Monk again. Interesting, right? So I think if anything, that tells us that they feel really good about Josh Myers' health, right? At center position. That hey, there's nothing lingering there from the injuries he was faced there a couple weeks ago. So yeah, and I'm sure somewhere Emilio's grinning like a possum in a dumpster, right? His boy Travis Glover out there. He's going to be just sitting on the bench all night, but Emilio's going to go, "That's my guy over there on the bench right there." Look,
he is a possum in a dumpster.
Nate Dizzle in the house says, you guys, I'm getting that feeling again. Vikes looked worse than us versus the Hawks. Lions depleted. Eagles can't handle the commies. Who's left? I'm getting that Super Bowl appearance feeling. Tim, you have the floor, sir. I'd say you feel pretty similar, don't you, bud?
That's all I got to say. I've been calling it all year. They went out. We have a chance to make my prediction come true. So I'm holding on to hope that we win out the rest of the year. But I feel like the Packers are a contender as much as anyone else. And, despite being banged up and dealing with the adversity that we've dealt with all year, this young team is fully capable of bringing Lombardi back home where it belongs, 1265 Lombardi Avenue.
There you go. Jacob, how do you feel about that, man? I mean, I understand everything he just said. I kind of look at it a little bit different with the Lions. I see them as, man, they always find a way to put together just a dominant team, and they're banged up. Don't get me wrong. As far as the Vikings, that crossed my mind too. Like, hey, man, they really struggled to put the Seahawks away. How do you feel about those comments there with the Eagles? Obviously, with the Commanders taking care of the Eagles. Now, keep in mind too, the Eagles. And I'll turn it over to you, Jacob. They were without Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts only threw 4 passes in that game before he got a concussion. So you do have to take that into consideration too. But what do you think about Super Bowl, Jacob? I think there's as much chance this year as there was in 2010, right?
Absolutely. And just to be clear, we do have a little troll action in the comments right now. Raider Young, but he's being respectful, kind of. He is just saying, throwing out some predictions and all that kind of stuff. So if you keep it respectable in there, Raider, I think it's Raider Young, we'll let you keep talking that smack because I want to screenshot a lot of these because some of these, he's calling for Spencer Rattler to get 3 tuds and like whatever, man. But hey, more power to you. Somebody's got to be the weird guy. And real quick before I forget, Jazambi just became a YouTube member, so I appreciate that very much. Now, to the question there, I definitely think that what I'm starting to notice and about Jordan Love and about this new Matt LaFleur teams for the last 3-4 years is that they seem to get hot at the right time. That they get stronger as the season goes, where other teams are just like, you talked about the Lions. I agree. They definitely have overcome a ton of adversity, but how many times can they do that? They keep asking him to do the impossible over and over and over. And with the Vikes, I do feel like they are slightly starting to decline just a bit there. But, you got the resurgence of Jordan Addison and with Justin Jefferson. I mean, you could argue that's one of the best tandems in the league. With the Seahawks, yeah, totally. But other than that, I feel very confident, and I don't usually feel that way at this time of year with whatever happens kind of thing. But I do have this quiet confidence that that Love's just a baller. Matt LaFleur's record in December is what it is. And so is now the history we have on Jordan Love shows that this dude comes to play, especially as Eric Sutherland's in the chat. Hey, buddy. I just think they're pulling it together at the right time. So I completely agree.
Tell you, Pack is back.
You heard it from a fan right here.
So let's go to Raider Young real quick. This is what Jacob was talking about. The Saints are winning tonight. He went on to say the Saints are the Grinch that's going to mess up your playoff spot. Now, I've got one that's screenshotted here from you, Raider. I'm just going to pop it up here, right? Rattler with 3 touchdowns tonight. Saints defense with 5 sacks. All right. So here's all we ask, Raider. You're welcome in here, bub, and good luck tonight. At least have the balls to come back in here post game if you get beat, because this has happened several times. Tim, you can attest to this.
Yep.
And it's just like a magic trick, Jacob. They just disappear. They never come back for the post game show. So we will be here, hell or high water. If the Packers lose, we'll be here doing a post game show. You swing back through, run your victory lap. But if you lose, you better drop by. Just saying. Just drop by. That's where we wait. So, now, hey, welcome to the chat, buddy. Like Tim said, keep it respectable, and you're more than welcome in here. Saints, man, if we were to talk about the Saints for a second, since we got somebody in here that's a Saints fan, man, they did some.
First of all, nobody on this podcast thinks the Saints are going to lay down, right? We're all in agreement there. They're not a pushover. We're not taking them lightly, right? We can establish that right away.
Completely agree. And the Saints' decline is like it's really wild to think about, because you have one of the best coaches in the league, Sean Payton. Now, listen, they strained as much juice out of that team as they possibly could, and pushed the salary cap, and then it finally got to the point where it's okay. we can't win like this. They're going to have to clean it up. So Sean Payton steps away. Now he's in Denver doing great things. The Saints were a team to they were dominant when Drew Brees was there. I remember those days, boys. You face the Saints, they were dropping 50 burgers on you. So respect your organization for sure. It's kind of tough times for you guys right now. I know with the injuries too, on top of everything. I think Derek Carr's a pretty solid quarterback. It just sucks that he's banged up for you guys. But, again, make sure you swing through here in the postgame show, win or lose, all right? We appreciate you. Let's see here. Coach Lynn in the chat. Omar Brown will probably replace Zane on special teams. That makes a lot of sense, Coach. Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying was like, let Oladapo – or I'm sorry, Omar Brown and possibly Oladapo kind of fill in those shoes, right? Because Oladapo is going to be active, right? Yep. I mean, he was already on the active roster, so – definitely something to keep an eye on there. And I think that's Zane Anderson,
because clearly they feel better about Zane Anderson in the safety spot. And if that means taking away special teams reps to keep him fresh, I'm all for it.
Yeah. And man, I'm telling you, he looked good in that game. I don't know what his PFF grade was. I can't remember, but I just remember a couple times he popped into that box, Jacob. I don't know if you watched the game or not, but he was sticking on the box, bro.
Yeah. So, didn't he have a tackle on like 3rd and goal or something?
Yeah, that's what I said, man. That's what I said. It was a 3rd or a 4th and short, and he popped through that line and made the play. And I was like, oh, okay.
Who is that? Who is that?
Holy
Prince,
mother!
There's we were mocking Brown in the 6th or 7th rounds. Glad to get a look at him tonight. Yeah, I do remember that being a little later for sure. Ron Samble. Doc McKenzie says the PCL injuries can differ greatly. Jai is practicing but hasn't gotten his explosiveness back yet. So there you go, a little update that came in from Doc himself. And, again, with Jai, we talked about this. This is week 6. Yep. And like Ron's pointing out that Doc McKenzie said is like, hey, listen, everybody's different. But Puka Nacua, it was 6 weeks. So now you've been through that full 6 weeks this week. Let's see if we can get him back next week or possibly for the playoffs, right? So it's important to put that into perspective for sure.
And what are we favored in this? Are we 14?
It's now 14 and a half points.
Okay. So, I mean, if Packer fan finds a reason to be mad at Jaire or even Matt LaFleur or whatever, it's like, guys, if there is a time to sit Jaire to make sure we have him going forward, this is the exact time. Like, why would we force him out there?
Amen.
Especially they have none of their starting receivers playing, and I know that might bite us in the butt if something happens. And so, anyways,
I'd rather have Ja for Minnesota and Chicago.
Absolutely,
all day, every day.
Absolutely.
Dan in the chat, good to see you in here, sir. He says, is Musgrave active tonight? He is. Tom Pelissero tweeted out earlier today, the Packers are activating tight end Luke Musgrave from injured reserve, and he'll play tonight against the Saints.
Musgrave stayed on his feet.
So, listen, I don't expect him to play a bunch of snaps. I think him and Ben Sims will probably split those 12 personnel snaps, but it's going to be exciting. If he's out there for 5 snaps, it's going to be great just to kind of get him work back into the rotation, right, Tim?
Absolutely, man. We talked about him being a threat in the pass game, but I think really, whether it's a run fit or a passing play, get him on the field, get him some reps, and get the wheels turning again, and see if we can get him going, because he could be a real wild card for this offense going into the playoffs. So let's see what we can do tonight. It'll be a good test. A little bit of elements. You're at home. Great game to come back off that IR and see what you got.
Yeah, definitely. Jacob, you excited about seeing Musgrave back out there, man? Get the old gazelle back out there on his feet.
I am, but
Tucker Kraft's thick.
I love Tucker Kraft so much. Like, I just do. Like, I feel like he's my spirit animal. In my dreams, did you guys remember that Chuck Norris movie called Sidekicks when you were a kid growing up?
Yes.
Where the kid would just fantasize about his action hero and him. That's how I think about Chuck Norris. Every now and then I have a dream where me and him are just like saving some kids from a burning fire, or maybe we're doing a DEA bust or something. We're kicking in doors FBI style and just look over and me and Chuck Norris together, man.
Hilarious. Ironically, he said that he trash talks on the field and tells players he's going to burn their child at home. So
absolutely.
It's funny that you flipped that. I like that, Jacob. That's good.
He did clarify and say that no one would be home when that happened. Clear that up.
Yeah, exactly. So Musgrave is back.
Coach met Chuck back in the day. What?
Nice.
Did he knock you out? Because I was told that the only thing that can kill Chuck Norris is a roundhouse kick to the face from Chuck Norris.
There you go. You heard it from a fan right here, Tim. Jazambi in the chat says, I'm from the card collecting community, and one of these days I'd like to send some Packers cards for some giveaways. I'll contact you through email after the holidays. Go Pack Go. Appreciate that, Jazambi. Please don't feel obligated to do that. And if there's anything we can do for your card collecting, I don't know if you do it as a business or what, let us know. Maybe we can help do a little advertising for you.
I'll take Jordan Love rookie cards, PSA 10, please. Thank you very much.
Raider McCready in the chat just became a YouTube member. Welcome to the posse there, Raider. Appreciate you supporting us. We're going to be doing a giveaway next week for sure. Okay, we're going to be probably giving away another autographed jersey. We got a couple in the hopper here that I've been looking at, one of which is a Dorsey Levens autographed jersey, which would be a really cool piece of memorabilia. So we'll see. We may do that next week. And anyone who's a YouTube member or a member of our Patreon group at patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access, we enter them into giveaways, just a way for us to give back to those who are supporting the channel, obviously. Thank you, Raider. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see what else we had on the news front here. As we comb through. Oh, this is kind of interesting here. Matt Schneidman had put this out earlier today. The Packers at the Vikings next Sunday is moved from noon to a 3:25 kickoff.
Ooh, we just got flexed, baby.
That's going to be the game of the week there, boys. I think, man, I don't know about you guys, Jacob. I know you're right there on the Minnesota line. Dude, I think that's going to be a battle. I really do. I think these two teams, it's two head coaches that know each other really, really well. In KOC and Matt LaFleur, they both come from Sean McVay's coaching tree. They think very, very similarly offensively. And they've got two damn good defensive coordinators, right? He's got B-Flow up there, and obviously we've got our own Jeff Hafley, who's got this defense humming as a top 10 defense right now. That's going to be a great game, Jake. What do you think about Packers-Vikings next Sunday, man?
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. If anybody, I think it's too old for this, and a few others are from roughly the same area that I am, they understand. It's hell week. You have to listen to so much banter and bull crap from the Vikings fans, and it is I can't stand them personally more than any Bears fans or Lions fans, just because I have to actually interact with them in my day-to-day life. I got a lot of buddies. Bad Luck Paul, who was on the fantasy podcast, they are very talkative during the games too. So love that it got flexed. That's going to give me a way better chance to actually watch the bulk of the game. And man, I do have a quiet confidence once again going into that game, because I see the trajectory of both teams, and I think that they're doing this. And I think the Packers are ascending while the Vikings are on the way down. And plus, obviously, the Aaron Jones matchup, that's quality. That's drama, dude. That's drama. That's basically like the soap opera daytime stuff. That's good.
There you go. What do you think about it, Tim? Next Sunday, man, 3:25 kickoff in Minnesota. That place is going to be rocking. No better time to go up there and just upset the playoff card a little bit and smacking the Vikings in the mouth, right?
I think I speak for a lot of the fan base when I say we remember what happened last time we played. We remember, and we will not forget, and we will be ready for matchup number 2 at US Bank Stadium in the most dumpster fire of all dumpster fire towns, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am so looking forward to this game, and I 100% agree with you, Clayton. It came down to the wire last time we played. We decided not to show up for the first half. Right. I've got a feeling that we're going to play 4 quarters of football the next time we match up against the Vikings. And I think it'll be a close game, like you said. It'll come down to the wire, but I think we leave Minnesota with a dub. I got that quiet confidence like Jacob has. I really feel good about this second time around.
And you hit the nail on the head too, man. Like that first half, everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Packers in the first half. And at the end of it, I remember specifically Christian Watson, the local media members, some of them were asking him in the locker room, like, man, this has got to be devastating to lose. And he's like, no, look at it. It was Jaden Reed they were talking to. Jaden Reed was like, we almost came back and won that game. Like, we played like crap.
Yep.
So it's almost like, you lose the game. It sucks. But the way you end that game, you showed that fight that Matt LaFleur always talks about. And then you come away at the end going, hey, we almost made a comeback here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bring that energy to start this next matchup, right? Like the way you finished or the way you came out in that second half, let's come out from the opening kick, opening snap, and let's get after it right away and hopefully leave with a win.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Biz in the chat says, any snow tonight? I was lucky to have my first Lambeau game on a Sunday night against the Bears with light flurries. Glorious. There's nothing better than a snow game. Now, I think they're calling for about a 15% chance of flurries. Most of it's moved out to the southeast already. It was snowing there. You correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, a couple hours ago, right? Pretty good snow shower going on. So, and again, it's Green Bay, man. That stuff can pop up at any second. I remember.
And I'm over on the east side, so it could be a whole different ball game, just on the other side of the Fox River for all I know. So, but yeah, most of the snow blew out a couple hours ago. Started late morning. We didn't get much in the line of accumulation or anything, but it's definitely a winter wonderland up here. It's still December football at the greatest place on earth, Lambeau Field, and I expect the Packers to get it done tonight, regardless of the elements.
Yeah, I think the last game that me and Jacob went to up there for Monday Night Football, it started snowing late in the game, and they wasn't even calling for it, right, Jacob?
Dude, and the way that it billowed around, remember, with the lights? Oh, my gosh. That was a great day. It
was magical. Awesome time at Lambeau for sure. Let's see here.
I got Mandy here. Cheese curds. First cheese curds, right?
Right, yeah. And Holmes MD1 says, I went to Red Lobster with Sterling Sharp and Mary Clayton in the early 90s. He said, who's Mary Clayton? I should know that. Who's Mary Clayton?
Isn't that Mark?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. Not only was Sterling Sharp in his prime in the early 90s, but so was Red Lobster.
So was Mary Clayton. I was like, Mary Clayton, let me tell you, she's fine. All right. He might have meant Mark Clayton, too. I don't know.
That's what I thought with Mark Clayton. Yeah.
All right. Brambo in the chat. I grew up in Superior, Wisconsin, right on the border. Vikings fans are the worst front-running poopy talkers ever. That's what Brambo says. And I agree. They are front-runners.
Thank you.
Ron Sample says, I see Baz at his first Lambeau game in 12 years. That's what's up, man. So shout out to Basariski Productions over there. Baz is the man. He's always supportive. Here's the guy. He's someone that I've bounced ideas off of since we first started the channel. Awesome stand-up dude. So it's awesome to see him at Lambeau for sure. So let's see what else we had here on that. That's just another alert there talking about the 3:25 kickoff. I had to throw a little shade at our boy Ryan Clark earlier today. I said I couldn't help but notice Ryan Clark isn't wearing his brooch tonight. That Aaron Rodgers caught him out on. Notice there's no brooch there, boy. I don't know what happened. Maybe he just forgot him. I'm sure that's all it was.
His grandma had to take it back.
His grandma had to take it back. I love it. So here was a tweet that came out from Rob Demoski earlier tonight. As you can see the tarp on Lambeau, looking chilly out there. There's probably still a few flurries that were flying, as you can see. So they pulled that tarp off, though. I was watching the pregame show a second ago. Man, that grass is just absolutely beautiful. They do such a good job with the lights out there and everything. It's just what a magical place, man. Nothing like Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Nice camera work too, Rob. I like that, little northwest to northeast kind of pan. I like that.
Yes, sir. Completely agree. There was the news coming out from Tom Pelissero that Ja was not going to be playing. This was a really cool tweet. I want to show you guys this. I want to give a shout out to Ethan from Iowa. As a matter of fact, hit that chat before we move on there. Jacob, what did Eric Sutherland say? Something
Eric Sutherland says that Ryan Clark is the Whoopi Goldberg of ESPN.
It's hard to argue.
I missed Eric's post so much, dude.
Yeah. Gosh. I'm only laughing because it's accurate.
Yeah, it really is. Anyway, Ethan from Iowa actually tweeted this out, said, so I got to fly around Lambeau tonight with my friend John. What an unforgettable experience. Go Pack Go. He actually hit me up after this. Thank me for sharing, and said he's going to have more pictures he's going to send our way. But let's just kind of take a glance at some of these. You see the guys taking off from, I'm sure that's Austin Straubel probably. And look at that shot right there.
Beautiful.
There's nothing better than flying into Austin Straubel Airport and getting that shot of Lambeau as you, especially when there's snow flying. The last time we flew in, there was snow flying. Look at that shot right there. Look at Titletown, how beautiful. Just an amazing.
Oh, beautiful.
That's cool.
Watch your ears there, boys. Look at that right there. What a shot, man.
The cabin is pressurized for your comfort. It's okay. We're good.
We're good. We're good to go, man. We're good to go. Just an amazing job that they've done in that surrounding area.
Absolutely. I mean, considering, we had a Kmart across the street and now we have Titletown, we'll take it all day.
And that's going to do it for the show, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all later on. Now we got Emilio joining us now. Jump in here, Emilio. What's going on, big dog? How you doing?
I'm good, fellas. I just got done slammed 2 flame grilled burgers. You know when the grill cooks them a little bit too much just because you haven't cleaned out the grease on it, so it's like really raging over there. They were fire. I'm gonna be honest. I might leave it like that for a minute.
Literally fire, right? Literally.
Exactly.
Love it.
We found a place yesterday. Me and Mandy were leaving the mall. We were doing shopping. Like, man, where we want to eat at? Hey, there's a Cuban, I think it was called a Cuban Caribbean grill, and it was a food truck. And I'm like, we have seen that there for like the last 6 years. It's got to be good to still be in business, right? We swung in there, man. Oh my God. This was authentic Cuban sandwiches. They gave me pork belly with all kinds of magical stuff on it. It was unbelievable, man.
Yep.
And then I was telling the guys before we went live, hey boys, I might have to step away, man. The stomach killing me tonight, man. We're over here fighting something. That's what it was, because there was some hot sauce.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
We always talk about the chairs spinning. Many people don't know about that, but we'll go ahead and spill the beans. One night we were doing a podcast, and all of a sudden I wrapped it up quick, right? We just wrapped it up early. The guys were like, what the heck? The video, it came back on, and my chair was spinning. Ran out of the room so fast. So, anyway.
Wash your hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
Little inside baseball here for sure. Let's see here. 2-0 for this says, my favorite part about living in Minneapolis is being able to tell U.S. Bank Stadium that it wishes it was Lambeau every time I see it. And somebody responded to a tweet that I put out earlier tonight, and they said, could you imagine rooting for another team and not having the stadium that we have? Like, think about that, man. I couldn't. Like, we're so spoiled as a fan base. We really are, man.
Yep.
Jeez.
I mean, even that. Well, when I was coming on, I was slamming through the food, but they had the little thing on ESPN of, Scott Van Pelt and Jason Kelsey going through, giving them gifts and everything. Just being able to have that kind of friendship. They said they could have drank and ate till they were done for. It's just that hospitality. The people that support Green Bay and the people around there are just incredible.
Yeah. I mean, you just need a ticket, get a ticket to the game and show up. And
not even Tim, you could, I honestly, I'm pretty sure I could have hung out in the tailgate spot that whole game. When we drove up there, I drove 13 hours to see them play. And I honestly would have been happy standing outside. I mean, when I walked through and saw the stadium, obviously, but dude, it's incredible up there.
It's so true, man. Whether you got tickets or not, just hang out at the tailgate. I would be at the tailgates hanging out, and then drive back home, watch the game on TV if I didn't have tickets, and just probably go back out there post game, hang out at the tailgates. It's just unbelievable fans, man, for sure. Pretty cool here. John says, I know he meant Aryan Sledding Hill is open. He said Alien Sledding Hill. I'm like, where's the drones? Where's the drones?
The conspiracy music. Where's the music?
Yep.
I wish we still had the conspiracy music. One of many reasons that Lambeau is #1 sports venue, man. The Sledding Hill, people like to joke about it. Bro, it is a blast. Well, me and Mandy were up there, and we spent that week in town this last time. We went tubing all day, and then we would go grab a coffee or a hot chocolate, and we go sit by the ice skating ring. And I'm telling you, if you're facing Lambeau, find the far left corner away from Lambeau, and there's a little bench there. There's something about the unevenness right there that people bust their ass the whole day.
Yeah.
And there is nothing on TV that rivals watching people fall skating. It's just magical. We laughed the entire time. It was great, man.
Amelia, can you check the private chat? Let me know if there's anything I can do there.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. Clayton will hammer that out.
Yeah,
right after.
we can take care of that.
It happened to our boy Jason Y too. We lost a good one. Jacob's got a quick finger, so he'll be back soon.
So we have a lot of spam for people on the pod going, what are they talking about? We have a lot of spam in the chat. We have to ban, and the chat files in so fast that you accidentally ban someone who shouldn't be. So I've got to figure out how to get back in there and do that again. I'll go search that right now. You boys take care of business here. Talk amongst yourselves.
While we got a little segue here, we got quite a few people watching live. So if y'all wouldn't mind hitting the like button and share maybe, and tell people that we probably going to do a post game show, right, boys?
Oh yeah. Yeesh. You kidding me?
Yeesh. All right, cool. Emilio, you're fresh to the scene here. What are your thoughts? Give us some projections. What are you thinking for the game, dude? Defense
under 20 for sure. Offense over 30. And then if we could throw up a 40 burger, I'd be super happy. Toyotathon love is a thing, and I'm just ready for him to get going.
What do you think about this guy though? We got to deal with this guy tonight.
I don't know, man.
The number one official for throwing flags right here.
I think Tim.
That's our ref tonight.
I think I heard they're forcing him to use metal whistles, so he's actually not going to be blowing it too much.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But I don't know. I mean, I think honestly at this point though, if we're having pre-snap penalties, it's an issue. If we're having a lot of them, it's even more of a problem. But I think anything at pre-snap or after the whistle is a dumb head penalty that we don't need. That's something that we should probably have hammered out of here. And I think Matt has. Obviously, we were talking about it early. It's really gone downhill since the penalties. If you're happening in game and you grab someone on the defense, all right, fine. Carrington wants to get close or Key wants to get close on coverage, that's cool. And if Elton wants to pancake somebody and they call it holding, I'm fine with that too. So, but I think just the pre-post snap stuff we clean up and you just need to have a good performance out there, right? Come out with a dub.
Absolutely, I agree. Hopefully, hopefully that the reputation doesn't precede Mr. Kemp tonight, and maybe he, calls a tight game tonight. If we have borderline plays, we don't need to throw a flag. Let the guys play.
You guys said it was Mark G, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Mark G, if you're hearing my voice on one of your burner accounts in here, we did not mean to ban you, sir. We apologize.
You are free to return.
You have been removed from the ban list, all right? So hit me up with an email. We'll send you a free mug or something. We'll make it worth your time, though. We apologize for that.
I might be Mark G.
It's my fault.
Now it all makes sense. Jacob was Mark G, and this was the
right.
All right, get a free
mug.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Nick McSwain in the chat says, with Jaire Alexander set to be inactive tonight, that means he'll have missed 18 of the Packers' last 32 games and 31 of the last 66 dating back to 2021. We've covered this pretty extensively.
So can I, from what I listened, when I was listening to y'all earlier, listening to it, I know you went over the numbers and everything. I guess my take at this point would just be he's missed games. All right, fine. The amount of games I think is just going to be talking money wise at this point. How much the contract is going to be shrunken or, taken down. I don't think that there's anything we can do with it. If he's going to be an injured player, that's cool. But I mean, when he's on the field, he performs that's our biggest hang up. So if not, we would have made the jump from it already. And sometimes they hammer it out later in their career. If it's something that he needs to go down to UW, and see the specialist like Christian did and get it hammered out this offseason, cool. But at this point, I think the more games is just, more money getting taken off the top. And there's nothing he can do about it. I think it's just going to happen. I'd rather him be 100% healthy and, lose $300K than, anything else.
I think it'll probably there'll be a conversation with the restructure in the offseason. I do. And you hit the nail on the head, Emilio. When he's on the field, man, he is damn good. He's so good.
Yep.
Right. It's just tough, man. It's tough to see players get a little bit older too. And I think he's going to be 28, which I know that's still somewhat young, but at the same time, he has started since day one. He's played a lot of snaps outside of these, last couple of years, whatever 2 or 3 years where he's been banged up. Right. So 28, as a young rookie coming out, I think he might have come out his junior year too. So he probably got in the league at 22.
Right. But I mean, looking at it like this, you're still, not us, I'm sorry, but there are fans out there that are still mad at Kenny for him being 29 or whatever on his third contract, getting that money paid, but he's been on the field the whole time. But we're mad at Ja for doing really well, and then he's not on the field half the time. So I mean, that's a double-edged sword. Everyone, you're fighting against yourself on that one.
Yeah, you really are, man. I think it's a great point. I know me and Tim, we hit on it pretty extensively earlier. Jacob, you got anything to add to the Jaire Alexander talk, man? Anything at all?
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Smart man.
I love Jaire completely when he's on the field, and I hate the fact that he's not as consistently as I like. But I'm never gonna say anything bad about the dude. I mean, he had that one he's had a few hiccups here and there where you're like maybe, but honestly, he's just too good, man. I mean, when he's on there and he's handling his business, he is top 3 in the league, easy. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to rock that boat too much.
Right. Things could be a lot worse. I could be a Bears fan.
Could you imagine having that safety corner combo?
Let's go. All right. Well deserved here. Eric Upton actually tweeted this out, and we talked about it all week long. Really, really cool setup here. Packers president / CEO Mark Murphy is featured on today's game day program at Lambeau Field. Murphy will be recognized at halftime with a special halftime show, he's going to be performing all the single ladies in the halftime show. All right. Now, he's listen, I love Mark Murphy, and I'm a huge fan. The way that read, it was like he's going to be a part of a special halftime show. All right.
I don't listen too much Taylor Swift.
Imagine him out there in a leotard carrying around an acoustic guitar or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, Mark Murphy's the real deal, man. Tim, I know we've talked about it a lot. People probably get tired of hearing us gush over him, but I think he's just he is an awesome man. Eric Sutherland says Mark Murphy's the GOAT. You got to change that profile picture. Get me every time, man.
Oh, we're going to give him some.
Again, that's the news for tonight. Is there anything else we're missing? We already got the actives, inactives, so we're all caught up on my Twitter page. So we will hop back over to the Packers Twitter page and kind of go through some of the posts they put up, which their social media team is crushing it here lately. Look at that snow flying earlier tonight with the Monday Night Football countdown on the big screen up there. You love to see it. And, of course, got the uniforms ready to roll. The jerseys replacing the lockers with carry. Tim, I know there were some rumors we were hearing about the 1950s throwback. Obviously, that wasn't true, right? We're going to have just the normal knees.
Thank God. Thank you.
Explain to them why you just did that, Tim. Explain to everybody.
I mean, have we won a damn ball game in those uniforms at all? I mean, did the Packers in the 1950s win any ball games in those uniforms? They look good aesthetically. I get why fans love them. I mean, they look clean. I'm just as much a fan as the next, but we're making a playoff push here. Let's not do anything crazy. I don't like the aura. I don't like the vibe of those uniforms. Every game I've been at that they've worn them, they've lost. So. Not a fan.
The vibe, though. I like this vibe right here.
There's a vibe. Nacho Libre Christmas. I love it.
Got those birth control pants on, too. Look at this guy.
Feliz Navidad.
Got his Walmart Iron Man watch on, too. I love it, dude. Absolutely love it.
The sleeves are too short. They stop halfway up his floor. That is what you're looking for in a sweatshirt.
Does kind of look like he's slimmed down a little bit, though, which is odd.
It's the sweater. No, it's the horizontal lines on the sweater. That's why.
Doesn't that make you look bigger, though? It makes me look bigger. I don't know that when I wear those.
You think God never farted?
Oh, man, Nacho Libre looked like he's let a couple rip over time. That's for sure. Respect Orange just says that man drinks eggnog by the carton. That's a fact. Oranges. Fred McFarley, I've got to. Well, I was worried about this. Go ahead and read that one, Jacob.
No, he's just saying, I got a jerk store level burn for AFAM, which you don't know is a Seinfeld reference, which is one of the best episodes of all time. But I don't want to pick on him in his absence. AFM. We're calling out AFM. We're throwing up the bat signal. Are you there just creeping? Come on, man. Show your face.
Wherever he is, he's dressed like this guy right now. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. So obviously Sean Ryan showing up to play. He's grown on me a lot, guys. I don't listen. Has he lived up to that third round, pick? Well, our past third rounders outside of Tucker Kraft, I would say he has exceeded that. But this year, man, just seeing him kind of being noticed by people like Brian Bulaga and people like Mike Wall, they really, really like Sean Ryan. And when former offensive linemen like people, typically it comes back to the footwork. The footwork is everything playing O-line in the league. And the fact that Sean Ryan's has gotten so much better is really, really a testament to his work ethic and obviously just continuing to strive to be better, man, for sure. Brambo in the chat. My son and I were at the Panthers game last Christmas and met them leaving the motel. Sean Ryan was dressed goofy AF and funny as hell, too. I bet he brings that. You got to have a couple of those guys on the offensive line that are just, you know what I mean? You don't know what they're going to do, right? You just don't know what
they got a serious job, right? It's nice to see guys that can lighten the mood a little, right? And not take yourself too seriously all the time. Save the seriousness for on the field. I love it.
And since we're talking about Nacho Libre, and Nacho Libre was a wrestler, I'm going to draw a parallel to professional wrestling here for a second. Reminded me of a story. When you talk about guys in the locker room that are just a little bit wild, right? It's important for the team to have that. Cody Rhodes told a story. Cody Rhodes told a story about Randy Orton. Have you heard this, Emilio? Is that why you're laughing?
No. I just remember all those videos of Randy Orton slithering in, and then they'd pick him up and just arc.
So This is what Cody Rhodes said. He walked into the bathroom. They were at this swanky hotel, and understand the locker room for those wrestlers very much like a football locker room. Like we know it's all show, got you, but they're all kind of, there's that camaraderie. They hang out together outside of the business and stuff. But he said that Cody Rhodes, they're in this swanky hotel that everybody was staying at. He walks in the bathroom and there's Randy Orton, and they're taking a leak. Randy Orton looks over at him and grins, and he grabs the urinal and rips it off the wall completely. I mean, pulls it back and forth until he pulls it completely. Water's spraying everywhere. And Cody's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. And he runs out in the lobby or whatever. And Randy Orton comes out there. Vince McMahon gets called in, right? And the hotel's like, what happened to the bathroom, blah, blah. And they said that Randy Orton was out there with the hotel people. I'll find out who did this. This is not what we stand for. I love those type of stories with football teams too. Like just those guys that are a little bit off their rocker. Yep. They're the ones you want to go to battle with in the trenches. It kind of feels like Sean Ryan is our new Josh Sitton. Now, slow down. I'm not saying he's Pro Bowl caliber. Josh Sitton was an amazing offensive lineman. But you got to have one or two of those guys. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. When the crap hits the fan, you're looking for that dude. Where's he at? Let's go. We're ready to go to bat here.
Yeah,
right?
Because that's the guy that can just say the one thing that lightens that mood a little bit, that gives you what you need to get over the hump. You could be 4th and goal, 2 seconds on the clock, do or die, and he's in the huddle making a smart ass comment, and everyone just laughs and kind of forgets that pressure for a second, and then you go ahead and get that go ahead score. So aside from the physical attributes, because we can't take anything away from his game, he has progressed really nicely after we'll just say a tumultuous rookie season. Going into year 3 now, almost done with year 3. I mean, he's really making some big strides in his game, and I like him at right guard. I've said it multiple times that I'd like him to stay there. If they do move him to center or something, who knows? But I think he's proven that he's got value on this O-line for sure.
If I remember correctly about Sean Ryan, he was one of those guys that was late to be into the football game. I think he was a big wrestler for most of his year or something like that. Right. And then he made a late transition into football. So it makes sense that maybe it took him a while to, click in the NFL, it's just, by the way, real quick, you talk about those types of stories. I'm sure you guys talked about it in my absence, but did you ever see the Leroy Butler where he talks about how him and Brett Favre ice bucketed Reggie White while he was in the pooper?
yes.
Like, we're not getting big dog. He goes, we're getting big dog. And he left one of his flip flops in there. So the same thing is like, oh,
classic.
Good stuff. All right, let's move it along here. Daniel Whelan showing up. Obviously, I hope he makes the Pro Bowl this year. I know Pro Bowl isn't everything, but Daniel Whelan, man, he said
I almost wore a Santa outfit.
How does the best punter in the NFL not make the Pro Bowl? Come on now, let's go.
He's a dog, man. Did you see the spin he put on that ball that they highlighted last week?
Yeah,
on the guy almost muffed the punt.
Yeah, trying to track the ball, like, oh my gosh.
It's just amazing what he can do with the football. We've got us a dandy there. So again, shout out to Goody finding a gym there at obviously punter and him being whatever he is, 6'5", his RAS is in the 9s. It's darn near perfect. It sounds silly, but as a long snapper, when you got someone with that kind of wingspan at punter, you're loving that dude. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
You saw when he jumped up and baut that one ball right at the
back of the end zone. Yeah.
Jeez.
And he's a field tilter, right? It gives you a little bit of a sense of security as an offense, knowing that, like, God forbid you stall out on one of these drives. The Irishman's going to go ahead and reset that field, and your defense is going to go out there and get the ball back for you, and it's not going to hurt you. And I think that gives this young offense a lot of confidence when they're out there.
Yeah. Looks like the countdown ticker is down to 9 minutes and 40 seconds now here on ESPN. I don't know if that's actually kickoff or when their coverage starts, but we got to be closing in here quick. As you can see, the guys taking the field.
Here's some guys.
Yeah, field looks great tonight.
Place going to be rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. Monday Night Football, cold weather, Lambeau, winning you're in. Everything on the line. It's going to be a blast, man, for sure.
I love it.
So
scroll down. Who'd they say was captain?
What's that?
Do we have captains for tonight?
Yeah, scroll down.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, good eye there, Emilio.
Nice.
Get Busy Bo and the X-Man, and of course the best right tackle in the NFL, Zach Tom. I love it.
I do too, man. That's a great pick there.
You said our boy.
Cheese curds and my stomach hurt.
Hopefully, Bo didn't have too many cheese curds before.
Oh, no. He knew. Big game.
Big game. You don't need, got to stay away from the cheese curds. So we got a 7:15 kickoff. Good deal. So that'll give us enough time to get settled and everything. I think we've covered everything pretty extensively here. We hit the inactives, obviously, on the game. We pretty much covered it from every angle during the week. We know the Saints are banged up. You can't overlook any team. At last I seen, the point spread was 14.5-point favorites are the Packers. So just go out there and take care of business. I'm not going to be one of these fans. I'm just going to tell you right now, if this game comes down to a field goal, I'm not going to be pissed off and pretending like, oh, we should have killed them by 20 points. It's always the same stuff every single week, guys.
Yep.
And when you've got that much of the public's money on one side, which a ton of the money is on the Packers side, you never know what could happen. I'm just telling you. I would not be surprised if the Saints cover that spread is what I'm getting at. Hopefully we beat them by 40 points, but the NFL is the NFL. So
I think it's more about what we don't do than what we actually do tonight. You know, don't make the stupid mistakes. Don't get caught with the foolish procedural penalties. You know, don't get caught with 12 guys on the field. Don't get caught late in your rotations. You know, just get out of your own way, play as much of a mistake-free game as you can, and we should beat the Saints tonight.
I agree.
Do we get a turnover? Does our defense get a turnover?
I think they get 2.
Oh,
I think they get a few. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Spencer Rattler, he doesn't understand what he's getting into today.
Jacob,
but hey, 3 tuds and what did the guy say? What did our resident Saints fan say?
We got it.
Emilio, I think you missed this.
Dang, Raider Young was in there and said Rattler 3 touchdowns tonight. Saints defense with 5 sacks.
Wow. Did he put a dozen on it or no? Put a dozen donies on that or no?
No donuts tonight. It's just CJ in there, right? So the bet is on.
I'm excited for that one
Jacob,
too.
we're going to keep an eye on this scoring defense. So.
Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, you better stretch that left butt cheek. Get ready for that tattoo there, beard man.
All right, somebody's got to clip that. Somebody's got to clip that.
That'll be on social media. You better stretch that butt cheek, bub. Oh, God, what have we done? Hardy the Prophet with the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Says, did y'all see the story about Sean Ryan's bracelets? We did not. Hardy, we need to look that up, bub. Left us hanging there in suspense. I know I had read the story about the lighter, the Vietnam lighter and all that. If you guys haven't seen that, go find it. If you just go to Twitter and type in Sean Ryan. I think it was Tyler Dunn that put that one out. Really cool there. He's a different kind of animal, man. No doubt about it. So what you got, Jacob? Can we say it or not? We can't say it.
Andy Monday's throwing some pretty hard stones out there in the chat.
Oh, God, Andy, you're going to get us canceled. That's it. I'm canceling the show myself. We're out of here. We'll see y'all for the post-game show. Everybody enjoy the game. Thanks to everyone with the super chat. Like I said, Hardy the Prophet. Thank you to Brambo. Thank you to Jazambi and Raider McCready. We'll see y'all immediately following the game to break down all these stats, the news, the highlights, all that good stuff. And, we look forward to seeing y'all there. Tim, you want to help me out with this anything, man? You got time?
Yeah.
For those of you listening on the pod,
we don't know why you do. Have a good night.
And we go.
Bye, guys.